Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and this is the Embroidered Elephant channel. Thank you very much for joining me for this video. Today I am going to be talking about how to make friends in the crochet / crafting community. So for ease, I will split this video into two main factors. So making friends in person and making friends online in various different communities. So some of you may be aware, this year I have put more of a focus onto finding real life friends with similar interests to me, particularly friends that enjoy crocheting as well. So usually ever since I've started this channel, I have had a few crochet friends, not really anyone close enough that we can sit and crochet together and just chat. And I find it very important to have friends with similar interests, so that you just have that mutual understanding, and it's just really nice to be able to share things. For example, I have made a friend recently who I have given some of my old hooks to, because I feel that she would get better use out of them than just sitting in a drawer at home. Vice versa with different patterns that we find, advice that we have for crocheting, sharing project ideas, etc. So in a nutshell, it's really good to have friends with similar interests. It's just about finding them initially. So firstly, I'm going to cover how to meet crochet friends in real life. So the first one is in-person events. Now, I'm quite lucky where I am that I have quite a lot of local libraries. And if you look on the website, or if you contact them, send them an email or give them a phone call, I found most of the libraries around me do have in-person crochet events. So they have weekly sessions of either knit and natter or crochet clubs, etc. Now, what I found personally is knit and natter groups. It's quite a loose term, and most of the groups that I have gone to, they are predominantly focused on knitting, but a lot of the people who attend knit and crochet, or some people go there just to crochet. It depends if you want someone who specifically crochets, if you want to learn from them, or if you just want some yarny friends. I would recommend that you try a few different local clubs. It may be that one a little bit further away has people who are close to your interests, or they specifically crochet, or they've got a specific crochet group. So as I said, just shop around a little bit, and just because you attend a couple of sessions or a session once, it doesn't mean that you have to keep going there, so don't feel pressured. At another of my local libraries, they do have a specific crochet group. So that is only once a month compared to once every week, but it's still enjoyable. And again, it's a group for people who specifically crochet. So the people in the group have more in common with me in terms of we can crochet, I can't knit. So just shop around a little bit, exchange numbers with people, arrange to meet up with them. Take it away from the group if you feel comfortable, or if there's someone you particularly get on with. But again, don't feel pressured. The next is quite similar to events, but these are events that happen less often, and they are usually festivals. So the best way to find out about local yarn festivals is to go on either Eventbrite, or to Google, or to have a look on social media. For example, there are quite a lot of yarn festivals local to me. The one that I've been to quite a lot is Southern Wool Fest. It's run really nicely, and there are a lot of stalls obviously selling yarn, crochet, knitting patterns, and all the sort of similar things that you would need for your craft. Now, this is a good place to go. Again, you can meet up with vendors, exchange contact details with them, take cards, and sort of have a conversation about your project. Start that conversation, chat about things you've got in common, etc. The other thing you can do is to speak to other customers along the way. So if there is someone at a stall that is looking at something similar to you, start up a conversation. Same as there are usually some little classes that you can do to learn a new skill. That's a great place to meet someone. Or oftentimes there are places that you can sit down and eat. Sometimes people online have arranged to meet up in person, so it's a great way of starting to get involved with other people. And again, it may be a little bit scary to start off with, but after starting a conversation you can exchange contact details. If you're not happy with giving your number, it may be that you exchange email addresses or social media handles and take it from there. And again, just keep in regular contact with that person, and if they live close enough, maybe you can arrange to meet up every now and then, or have online sessions with them to chat about projects or to just keep in touch. Place number 3 that you could go to meet yarny people as well is local shops. So this could be chains such as Joann's, which I think is closing soon if not already, Hobbycraft if you're in the UK, Hobby Lobby, etc. I would say it's worth going in there, even especially local yarn shops as well, independents. You can go into the shops and ask if they have any groups, ask if they have sort of a social media channel, and see if they've got any training sessions or monthly meetups or anything like that. They may be able to support you in finding people with similar interests. I'm sure that there are other places that you can meet yarny people. These were the main ones that came to mind. Again, the best advice I can give you is to sort of put your social awkwardness to the side for a little bit and just talk about things that you have in common and start building on that relationship. Not everyone that you speak to will be happy to keep in touch or will be looking for friends. So don't take it personally if they're not as keen for you to meet up or keep in contact. However, keep persisting, keep trying, and it will work out for you. So the last idea that I have to meet people in person is to speak to your existing friends and see whether they would be interested in starting or learning how to crochet or knit. Sometimes it's just having someone in common. A lot of people that I've spoken to who seem vaguely interested are quite interested in being taught how to crochet. So it may be that by you asking whether they are interested in crocheting or taking up any crafts with you, that it gives them the confidence to ask you to teach them. Or it may be that they could do with one of your spare hooks if you've got one that you can lend them or give them, and a bit of yarn that you've got left lying around. That can sometimes be the little nudge that they may need or want for them to start getting interested in crocheting and learning how to do it properly. You could also set up a craft group or a local knit and natter or crochet group. Again, if your local library hasn't got something or your local yarn shop hasn't got anything set up, it may be something that you can arrange or that you can offer. Or failing this, it could be that you arrange for a few local crocheters to meet in a cafe and just see where it goes. The second part of this video is where to find friends online. There are quite a few places that you can meet people online. Instagram/TikTok is quite a good one. It's quite popular at the moment because I find it quite easy to find people with similar interests. What I would recommend when finding people is to comment on the videos or the pictures that they put up and see if you can engage in a conversation. Maybe send them some private messages or direct messages and see where it goes. It may be that, again, they're quite keen to start conversation. Maybe that you could arrange to have an online video chat session so that you can get to know each other a little bit more. And if these go well, maybe you can arrange to have them more regularly so that you can keep in touch with your friend more so. Another place is YouTube. Again, there's lots of people like me that put videos up about their crochet, different ideas they have, stash busting, etc. If you comment, most people will respond if they're able to, And again, there may be a way for you to get in touch. So although you're not talking regularly, by commenting you are engaging with someone else in the community, and it is very similar to having an online friend, because you are able to talk about things that you have in common, talk about shared things, and just get to know them a little bit better. You could also take the leap and start your own YouTube channel if that is something that you would like to do. For example, sharing the information you have, the knowledge you have, and the projects that you're working on as well. Another website that you can ask questions and engage with people on is called Reddit. Now, Reddit is a big website where there's lots of different forums, so there's lots of different places that you can have conversations about various things, one of which is crocheting. This is a place that you can share like a little expert with pictures or questions, or you can ask for people's input, and you can also interact with them in the comments. This way you can have a back and forth, you can get intelligence, have conversations with people, get people's input, and you can also remain quite anonymous. For example, this is quite useful if you are looking to make a project for someone else, or you just want a totally honest opinion about something. So Reddit is a nice place to go as well. Another one that I could have mentioned alongside Instagram and TikTok is Facebook groups. So there are lots of different Facebook groups, many of which for crocheting. If there's a specific yarn brand that you like, for example Toft, I know that they have their own Facebook page in which people chat about specific projects that they're doing. They keep in touch, you see the same sorts of names and faces time and time again. People can also arrange to meet each other in person. Again, once you have this back and forth, you can connect with them personally through private message, in which if you're going to one of their local events, and I'm sure that this is the same for anyone else, if you're engaging in a crochet along or something similar, you're able to engage and possibly meet up as well if this is something you're comfortable with. And the last idea I had for meeting people online is Ravelry. Ravelry is a platform that has a lot of different yarns and crochet patterns all in one place. To get the full features of Ravelry, you need to create an account, and once you've got an account on there, you can go into different forums, post different questions or ideas, etc., and just start chatting with people. Again, Ravelry is a really good place to speak to people who are also doing the same pattern as you. For example, if you are working on a crochet chicken for a specific pattern, you can put questions on there and have conversations with people about how you're finding the pattern. If you've got any questions, you can ask. So that would be a good way to keep in touch with people as well and meet people as well. So although I've just given you a few ideas on where you can meet new friends, both in person and online, there are a lot of avenues that you can go down. I'm sure that as a viewer of this video, you can probably think of more ideas yourself as well. There's many ways to start engaging with people and to build the connections that you would like. It's also totally fine if you don't want to build connections in the crochet community and you're happy to just sit with friends or sit in front of the TV and just crochet by yourself. But just know that just because you usually crochet by yourself, you're not usually working on a project with a lot of other people involved, it doesn't mean that you can't also build the connections, social connections with other people. There are a lot of places that you can go to make friends who have similar interests to you. So thank you very much for watching this slightly different video. Hopefully you have found some advice that you can take forwards. If you have anything else to add, I would love to hear from you. If you comment below, I will try my best to get in touch with you as soon as I can. Apart from that, I hope that you are well and that you get a lot of time to crochet this month. Apart from that, I will see you next week with a new video. All the best. Bye.